What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for Cataclysm Classic. Now, if you're like me, you like making gold in this game, or maybe you just figured out that maybe you need more gold in Cataclysm than you want to, or than you need to, or than you have. Either way, this video will be talking about a gold farm, one of the best ones that I've found so far since launch, excluding herbalism and mining. I think we all know by now that if you really want to make a lot of gold, it is pretty much herbalism and mining if you go to farming. Like, for example, herbalism in Uldum is absolutely insane, and then combining that with mining in Uldum, or even mining in a different zone, it is really good. Now, not everyone has herbalism and mining, and not everyone wants to have herbalism and mining either. It is also a very competitive space, so today we're talking about a farm where you're killing mobs, and you don't need to have any professions, you don't need to have it be a certain class, even though some classes are helpful in this case, but every class can do this farm, and you also don't have to have any profession. I don't even think any of them are even helpful on the farm either, so no profession requirements, pretty much no class requirement, the best of both worlds. It is also a hyperspawn farm in the open world, and I'll get a little bit more into how that works as well. Now, if you want to watch me find these farms, I'll be live on Twitch. I am live 24/7, well, not actually, but like 18 hours a day, live playing Cataclysm, doing both heroic dungeons, gold farms, herbalism, doing all I can, finding the best farms as well, and we find them live on Twitch, and then we make a video on them after. So if you want to find them in real time and use them before they go live on YouTube, well, then there we go. I'm live on Twitch finding these farms. Alternatively, if you want to have access to all the farms that I know about right now, you can check out my Cataclysm Classic Goldmaking Guide through the link down below. As a matter of fact, I am working on the best way to farm gold, bar none, which I will give to you guys as a massive early access to the people that have this gold guide. So trust me when I say that if you buy the guide, number one, it's really helpful to me, you really help support me as well, and I really appreciate you and thank you for that. And number two, I will help you make as much gold as I possibly can in this expansion. In Wrath, we had multiple people hit hundreds of thousands of gold, and a couple of people even hit millions. So hopefully I can help you reach those million marks in Cataclysm this time. Either way, if you want to check it out, the link will be down below in the video description or the pinned comment. Now, let's talk about the farm, and I'll get into everything about the farm as well in this video. So, number one, the farm. The farm looks like this, and it's happening in Uldum. It's happening in a place called Orsis, which I'll be showing on the map where that is as well in just a second here. But first of all, you're killing mobs called Science of Air, or Science of Air. So you farm those mobs, and Science of Alakir, I mean. So you're farming these mobs. They are tied to a quest, and because they're tied to a quest, there's a hyperspawn / force spawn or dynamic spawn in place. This means that there almost always has to be a certain amount of mobs active at the same time, or that the more people are there farming, the faster they spawn. So for example, throughout my 30 to 45 minutes of farming here in this one small session, I made 4,500 gold in 40 minutes. So 6,000 gold per hour, and that is after the prices of volatile air dropped, because they were up to 130 gold on my server, and they went down to 97. They've gone down even more now, so they will go down the more people do this farm, because the thing is, you don't have to worry about competition here. Competition is actually good, as long as you guys just spread out. There's about 6 different spots you can be at in this farm, and that means 6 people can actively farm this farm at maximum efficiency at the same time per layer. So you can test out layer 1, then layer 2, then layer 3, and just see if there's any spot available for you. Now, what do you want to do about the farm? You want to position yourself between at least 2, preferably 3, maybe even 4 Science of Alakir spawns. So for me, we have the one in the corner to the right now, we have the one literally where I'm standing, so right behind me, and we have another one to the left, and we have another one to the tunnel in the middle, and you'll see me pulling basically all of them. And we do have some competition from both quest people and even gold farmers as well, but once again, competition is usually good, and you will see throughout this video that sometimes the mobs spawn really fast, and sometimes the mobs do not spawn all that fast. Now, how fast they spawn depends on how many other people are there farming the mobs at the same time. So either you want to have a full farming group, all farming the mobs at the same time in different locations, or you want to be here when it's prime time on your server and people are doing these quests. Now, if you're farming this farm after the whole questing hype is over, do not go here solo and think this will happen. Like, don't go here solo and think you can activate these spawns. They are once again dynamic spawns based on the amount of people here or based on the amount of mobs killed. This means if you're solo, this farm will pretty much be trash. I tried this out on beta as well, and it's why I didn't really hype up the farm too much, because we can't test these farms until they're in a live environment. On the beta, this farm was trash. I got about 5 volatile air in 40 minutes. Now, on the live version, with the hyper spawns, as you can see, they spawn directly when you kill them sometimes, and they will just spawn so fast. So this guy in the corner, I literally just pulled, he just spawned. This guy as well, I just spawned. So we can't really test these on the beta and compare them to the live environment. I got 42 not elemental, volatile air in 45 minutes. So you're basically getting 1 per minute. So you can take the price of volatile air on your server and multiply by 50 or 60, and you will get your rough average gold per hour right there, based on my testing at least. So 42 in 45 minutes, almost 1 per minute. If you take volatile air, it goes for 100 gold on your server. Multiply that by 50, you have a 5,000 gold per hour farm from this one alone. And once again, that is only one item. You can get BOEs here, even though it's very rare, so you can get both greens, blues, and epics. Now, this farm will be very popular in waves due to the amount of volatile air needed in waves as well, and I'll get back into that in a little bit. I just want to cover the whole farming section first. So once again, if you watch this video in like a week from now when the whole questing hype is over, don't go here solo and think you can proc the same hyperspawn. If you're doing this farm later, I would recommend being in a 5-man group and having the loot set to free for all and spread out across different places of the farm, so you're 5 people farming together at the same time, but with free for all loot in 5 designated spots. So you have 1 each. That way you might be able to activate the same hyperspawn, and maybe you're able to do it better than other people would be by just questing as well. Now, that's the farm covered. Let's talk about why you're farming here. So you have the volatile air. That is pretty much the only thing you're farming for. Once again, you can get BOEs, so blues and epics, but it's volatile air. Now, volatile air is used in a couple of things, namely a couple of crafts. It's used in all of these crafts, as you can see right here, and you need a lot of them. Now, the reason why this farm will be popular in waves is due to Dream of Hyjal, or Dream of Skywall. This one combines 8 Bolt of Ember Silk with 30 volatile air to make a dream cloth. So every time this one comes off cooldown, tailors will look to do this one to be able to craft their epics while they're expensive. So I just looked at leatherworking, but for example, you have a lot of things you can make with the dream cloth through tailoring that you can sell on the auction house, and they are epic. And the thing about tailors is that they can do this with volatile fire, volatile water, volatile air. They can make dream cloth through so many different things, and every time their cooldown comes back, they need 30 of the air. That is a massive requirement. Now, in addition to that, right now they're going for a lot of gold, the volatile air, because they're also a massive part in skilling up engineering. So if I just drag this on further to the left, a lot of the recipes scrolling down here are for leatherworking, not leatherworking, engineering, specifically electrified ether. So you need 2 air to make 2 to 3 ether, electrified ether. So they're used in skilling up a lot of professions, mainly engineering, and they're used 30 of them to make dream cloth from the volatile air. Now, as you can see, tailors can start making a lot of epics. They just need to have Dreamcloth and they need to have the recipe as well. So they need to have the recipes to make epics, and then they need to have 4 Dreamcloth, which is why they want to pump out all their cooldowns to get as many Dreamcloth as they can, as quickly as they can. So they can make BOE belts, they can make BOE legs as well, so Breaches of the Mended Nightmare for example. They can make these and sell them, and they are raid equivalent item level loot. So scrolling up here, we have Belt of the Depths 359, we have Breaches of Mended Nightmare 359, and Dreamless Belt as well 359. Now, just to end the video by showing you the exact location as well, even though it's Orsis in Uldum, we are going to go to the map. We're going to go to Uldum right here, all the way down in Uldum. You have it to the left of Ramkahen. So you go to Ramkahen, directly left you have Orsis, and you will farm at these ruins. Either way, that is pretty much it for the farm. You just go to this location, kill a bunch of mobs, loot a bunch of volatile air, and you sell them on the auction house. Alternatively, if you have the professions to use them, you can use them as well. It's a good way to supply yourself with materials if they're a little bit too expensive on the auction house. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. If you want to share how you're making gold, do so in the comments down below as well. And once again, I'm live on Twitch. Either way, thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you again very soon.